Hi, the project I'm going to share with you today is a shaped Christmas tree card created with the Perfect Pennants die. This is the die right here, and we're going to mainly be using this shape right here. So you want to start with a piece of paper. I'm using Very Vanilla cardstock. It measures 4 inches by 8 inches across, and then I've scored it at 4 inches down the middle. So what you get is a 4 inch by 4 inch card. Then, looking at your die, you want to line up the bottom edge, the edge that isn't folded, with the bottom edge of the die here. And then you're going to lay that down so that the top part, the folded part, is right below the tip of that. Then you're going to run that through your Big Shot. You'll just put the top plate and the bottom plate on, and then run that directly through your Big Shot, and this is what you're going to get. So you'll have a little card with just a little bit of a fold there at the top. In addition, you're going to want to take Lucky Limeade cardstock, and you're going to want to cut 2 single pieces of the Lucky Limeade with the pennant die also. So I also punched out from Early Espresso cardstock 1 3/4 inch squares. We'll start assembling the card. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive on the top part of that 1 3/4 inch square. And I'm going to lay my tree card right on top of that so that it hits there on the middle. Okay. So that is on the back side of the card. And then I want to put the other one right on top of that so that it's on the front part of the card. Okay. So it's now going to look like this. Then I'm going to take one of my Lucky Limeade triangles or pennants, and I'm not going all the way up to the top with that. I'm just going up about that high. And this is going to be the back of the card, because I don't want that to show. I want the card to look, I want the tree to look green all the way around. So I'm going to put that on there, then flip it over, and I'm going to cut that little piece off, and you'll see why here in just a minute. Let me trim that off. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the front piece on. Just put a lot of adhesive on that because it is going to get a lot of use. And then I'm going to line that up right over there. Okay. So your front looks like this and your back looks like this. Okay, and that little piece is cut off. When you open the card then, it'll lay flat. Okay, if you have that little tip still on there, it's not going to lay down very nicely for you. So now we want to create the little borders that go on that. So I used the Festival of Prints Designer Series paper that is in the Holiday Mini Catalog, and there's lots and lots of different patterns that you can use. But I cut my printed paper to 1 inch by 4 3/4 inches. I just found that was a good size to work with. And then I also cut some Very Vanilla cardstock at that same length. Then I used a variety of border punches. This is the scallop edge border, and I'm just going to punch that. I like to start in the middle and then line up my sides. And scoot it over here. And you'll notice that there's a little guide right there that helps you line that up. And then after I've got that done, I'm going to take just a little bit of soft suede ink and a sponge. Let me open this up. I'm going to use my sponge here, and I'm just going to sponge to the edge of that, like so, just to give it a little definition. Then I'm going to put a line of adhesive on that and layer that onto there. And once I have that done, I'm going to repeat that several different times with lots of different patterns. I'm just going to put adhesive on the back and start my layering onto the card. So I want this one to go right about here. And then I've already got some other ones already made up. And you can see I use some different borders with those, but I'm just going to kind of start putting those on. And let's see here. I'll use this one. And the more mixed up you do it, the better. Let's do this one. And then this one. And I do have adhesive on the back of all of these. Then I'm going to turn that over, and all I'm going to do is just cut right down the side to get those borders off. Now if you're making a bunch of these, you can actually conserve them and use them on several different cards, but I'm being wasteful today. And there you go with that. Now I use two different stamp sets for my embellishments. I use the Sensational Season, which is in the Holiday Mini Catalog, and I use the little gingerbread image and the candy cane image from that. And then I use Sweets for the Sweet. I just use the little peppermint image from that. And what's great about the Sensational Season stamp set is that there's also framelits for your Big Shot to go with that as well. And let me show you just a cute little trick. I've already stamped all of those images onto my cardstock, and before I put it into the Big Shot, I'm just going to place a Post-it note holder over that to keep it in place and keep it from moving around when I actually die cut that. So you can see I've got all of those stamped. And then the little peppermint was just punched out with the 1-inch circle punch. So this would just go through the Big Shot, and then that's going to cut those items out perfectly for you. So I'm going to add those. So I've got my little gingerbread man here. I put some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to put him right there. And then I've got my little candy cane over here. And my little peppermint's going to go right up here. Okay. And then there's also a little silver star. The silver star comes from the Holiday Collection framelits, and I just used some silver glimmer paper, put that onto the through the Big Shot, and that's how I got my silver star. So I'm going to put that up there at the top. Let's see. Let me turn them around here. And you have your finished tree card. Very quick, very simple. And then if you want to embellish the inside, you can always add another little border here, and you can certainly put your greeting inside as well. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like a complete list of the supplies that I used on this card, you can visit my blog, www.thestampdoc.com. And if you would like to order products, just visit my Stampin' Up! Website, which is stampdoc.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.